Jansen Harris here with the Just Go Network. Joining me is Sean Fowler. Like, comment, subscribe below on YouTube. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. This segment's also presented by Your Future Media. For all media purposes, visit Your Future Media. Big debate in the media going on between who's a better cornerback, Richard Sherman, Darrelle Revis. That all stems from Darrelle Revis throwing shade, talking this crap about Richard Sherman in one of his biggest moments of his career, going to his third Super Bowl. Sean, who do you feel like is the better cornerback?
You know what? I've been thinking about this all day, but I'm going to go ahead and say Richard Sherman is the better overall cornerback. Now, I know people say, oh, Sean, but Darrelle Revis travels. He plays man-to-man. You know, Richard Sherman's in his zone. He plays against, he still has to go sometimes, even though in his zone, against the best receivers on the opposing team, but Darrelle Revis travels. But you know what? I'll look at some of the stats. We know Darrelle Revis ended up retiring. I think his 2009 season was probably the best overall season from a cornerback that we've seen in NFL history. But, if I had to choose over their careers, and very much so, Richard Sherman's career is still going on, I'm saying Richard Sherman. He has 35 interceptions in that zone compared to Darrelle Revis's 29 interceptions. So it's really not bad, but I'm taking Richard Sherman. Darrelle Revis 497 tackles. Richard Sherman 420 tackles. So eventually he's going to end up catching 435 tackles. I made a mistake. So and the last thing, Jansen, it's like Richard Sherman just brings some type of energy. As a Jets fan, which I'm sure you're probably a little bit biased, as a Jets fan that you guys really did. You have a Antonio Cromartie, you had a Bart Scott, you had a Sheldon Richardson. You guys have some players on defense. And I understand that Richard Sherman had Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor to back him up back there. But it's something with Richard Sherman, his energy. It's like it just ignites that team. I feel like he was the leader on the defense. You know what I mean? And they end up going to 2 Super Bowls because of that. And once again, Richard Sherman comes to the 49ers. I understand they have a stout defense, but guess who's the leader of that defense as well? Richard Sherman, and they're in the Super Bowl once again. We've seen Darrelle Revis travel he went from the Jets to the Patriots to the Buccaneers, back to the Patriots, back to the Jets to retire a Jet. So when the quarterbacks usually start switching teams a lot, we pretty much know they're washed. So I'm taking Richard Sherman on this one.
I got Darrelle Revis, not just because he's a Jet, but let me go with the stats at first.
Okay.
Pick interceptions. I expect Richard Sherman to have more interceptions because, one, and just all my reasons is they're throwing at his way more because he's in zones. Revis took receivers out the game. Randy Moss, guys like that. Some of the top receivers he would take out the game. Yeah, he got burnt on the one with the hamstring. I know you're going to bring that up. But the 2009 season, 2010, years like that, Darrelle Revis was unstoppable. 4-time all-first team, All-Pro. He was unstoppable. Probably the best corner to ever play the game in those years. Yeah, 2008, definitely. A really good season. Teams literally didn't throw his direction.
Revis Island.
And you have the exactly, Revis Island. And to me, you have the nerve to sit here and say, oh, well, Richard Sherman got more tackles. The only thing Richard Sherman's better at doing really is he lasted a little bit longer in the game, I guess, because allegedly Darrelle Revis didn't take care of his body, according to Antonio Cromartie and a couple other sources. But at the heights of Revis's career, just covering receivers and traveling and actually taking a number one out the game, no other corner has done that. As good as Antonio Cromartie was, and I remember watching those seasons, he wasn't taking receivers out the game. People were throwing towards him and Kyle Wilson. And yeah, the defense was pretty good, but that was mainly because of Revis's coverage. It wasn't like they had a great front four. They blitzed a lot on those Jets teams. Now, I look at Richard Sherman. It's no disrespect. He's a Hall of Famer as well. He's a great player. One of my favorite players, by the way. Richard Sherman played with 2 all-pro safeties. So, AKA, you got room to mess up. That's what that means to me. You check the Jets rosters, there was 1 all-pro in that secondary, and that was Darrelle Revis. But if you want to talk about on an interception perspective, okay, Richard Sherman got more picks. I remember Richard Sherman's second season, I believe he got 8 interceptions. Yeah. And then the following season,
20 in his first 3 years, right?
Yeah, he got 8 interceptions. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He can pick the ball off. He could read. He's tall, 6 foot, 6'1". I like his length.
Yeah, 6'3". Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, 6'3". Okay, still a big corner.
Yeah, definitely.
Able to. I love the way he passed defenses, especially we saw that huge play with Michael Crabtree. But at the end of the day, Darrelle Revis is just a better cornerback at his height. Now, he kind of fell off later in his career.
Right.
And the championships, if you want to make it mean something, it can mean something there. But I think Darrelle Revis is up there with the Deion Sanders, the Rod Woodsons, He's arguably the best quarter ever if you want to talk about the heights of his career.
I wouldn't say that too much to end off on this. I mean, I
wasn't flashy. He ain't gonna get yourself a pick six.
He's not flashy. He's not flashy.
When it comes to one-on-one guarding, he's the best at doing.
And look, I'll just say this to even give you more credit, even though I feel like, you know, your argument is decent, but Richard Sherman and Darrell Revis have the same amount of touchdowns. They both have 3. So Darrell Revis, he can get a pick 6 occasionally. But I just feel like as far as a career, when it's all said and done, I would say Richard Sherman's a better overall cornerback. If we're speaking the peak at their heights, I give you that. Darrell Revis, you know, it wasn't someone like a Revis Island. Richard Sherman didn't have that already. But at the same time, I'm just going Richard Sherman. It seems like he ignites his team more. I feel like he's a better leader, you know, and I'm just going Richard Sherman. I just think when it's all said and done, I think he'll be known as a better corner. But that's just my 2 cents.
And Richard Sherman's ability, I'll give you some credit here. His ability to come back after tearing the ACL, basically getting kicked off
Achilles,
Seattle.
Yeah, right.
Achilles. Mm-hmm. Basically getting kicked off Seattle and reinventing himself with a San Francisco team at that time, which we didn't really know the direction of if they were going to be great. Now, we knew there was going to be a new realm there. We knew there was going to be a new quarterback, and the team was going to change, but we never knew they would be this good. Mm-mm. So just for Richard Sherman being patient, sticking to his guns, working harder, digging deep, I give him credit for that, but that's not what this argument's about. So I got Darrell Revis. I just wanted to point that out there because it's a great story for all the young guys who are trying to come back from injuries or maybe traumatic stuff in life, period, that you could come back and do something. So you're going with Richard Sherman. I'm going with Darrell Revis. I want to know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe below. Hit me up, DM me, DM Sean. We on Facebook. We talking a lot of crap. We're the Just Good Network.